Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where I talk about personal finance. Today I'm going to talk about how to spend your money. Before I get into the video, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below saying I subscribe. I will try to personally reply to your comments. Let's get into the video. Today I want to talk about how to spend your money. I've made a lot of videos talking about how to save and budget your money, but today I'm going to focus on how to spend your money. Spending money, it's not a bad thing. Someone works very hard and they get paid a salary for the work they do at their job. So spending some money on yourself or spending some money on something you want, it's not a bad thing. It's really not bad. The biggest problem is when you overspend, when you spend money on things that's not important, things that's not relevant in making your life better, or spending money on things you do not have the money to spend it on. So I want to talk about ways you can go about spending your money without putting you in any kind of financial hardship. The first thing I would do is create a budget. To me, it's one of the best financial things anybody can do is create a budget so they can know where they are spending their money and where they are not spending their money. A budget really keeps your financial picture in a really good state. So creating a budget would be the first thing I would do because the budget really helps to manage everything. It prevents you from overspending. And as we know, overspending can lead to getting you in debt, which debt is never a good thing. It always prevents you from building wealth. So creating a budget would be the first thing I would do. Second thing I would do is pay yourself first. I would set aside a certain percentage from my paycheck to go to a separate checking account for just saving. And basically, I would put 20, 10, or 15% of my paycheck into that saving account. But also, I would not just put 20% into saving, I would break it up. More likely, I would go ahead and put 5% just for saving, and the other 15% I would invest it. I'll put it into investment accounts. I'll talk a little bit about that later down in this video. But you definitely want to go ahead and put 20, 15, or 10% of your salary automatically taken out from your salary into a saving account. The next thing I would do is get out of debt. I just mentioned it earlier on. Debt is one thing that will prevent you from building wealth. So if you have student loans, car loans, credit card loans, you want to have yourself paying off those loans as quickly as possible. Whether you use the debt snowball method, whether you use the avalanche method, you want to go ahead and make that as one of the priorities, paying off the debt. And you could even go ahead and put probably 10% of your take-home pay towards debt. So that's one thing, one area you want to be spending money on is spending money on paying off your credit cards, your student loans, your car loan. So you want to go ahead and put money towards those areas, debt. The next thing I would do is put 15, 10% of the money I earlier talked about that is coming out automatically from your paycheck into the account where you're paying yourself first, as I mentioned earlier on. So in the part of paying yourself first, I would take 5% of the money, put into just a saving account that is towards building up an emergency fund. The rest of the money, which could be 10, 15%, I would go ahead and put that towards investment accounts. And the investment accounts I would put that towards is my Roth individual IRA. The rest of it, I would put it towards my company's 401k if they offer it. And beyond that, you would always take the match. So the first thing to do with that money you're going to put towards savings and investing, you want to put the third account is the brokerage account. You want to take some of that 15% and put towards a brokerage account. So that's money you invest in that's not in retirement but taxable. And you can use that account also to grow your money and build wealth. So first thing, open an individual Roth IRA account, and you would put at least 500 500 per month, because that's the max you can put in that account. If you want to put a little less, that's okay. And then you would go to your company's 401k and you would put part of that 15% in that account up to the match they allow you to contribute to. And then the rest of the money, if anything left over, you would go ahead and open a taxable brokerage account. Because the key is you want to be constantly investing, because constantly investing, you will constantly be building wealth in the long haul, because that's the goal, is to build wealth at the end of it. So that's places you will be spending your money and putting your money towards. The next thing I would do is put 50% of your income towards your basic needs. So that would be your mortgage. If you don't have a mortgage, you would put that towards your rent to live. So you would put 50% of your paycheck towards those areas. The next thing you would do is you would put 30% towards wants. So 30% of your income, you will spend it towards your wants. For example, sporting events, eating out, cable TV, and buying a new handbag or buying an athletic jersey of your favorite sporting athlete. Those items would be wants, and you would allocate 30% of your money to those items. So the key is to always be intentional by planning how you're going to spend your money on those wants, because you do not want to just go and start buying things you do not have money for. You want to make sure you have the money available when you're doing such purchases. Nothing wrong in buying something you want. You work hard, you may feel you're entitled to it, but nothing wrong in that. It's just that you have to be very careful to make sure that you're not spending money on things you do not have the money for. because that will eventually lead you into debt, and you want to avoid debt, because as we know, debt is one of the factors that helps to prevent us from reaching our financial goal. So another thing is, let's say you have to go on a trip, let's say to Paris in 8 months' time. You want to actually start planning for that, because that's a want. It's not a need, it's a want. But you want to be planning for it, putting your money at the side, so when the 8 months come, you have the money that's needed for that trip. So you will not be spending for that trip or paying for the trip with money you would have used to pay for your light bill, for example. So you want to be intentional, you want to have a plan, and even for the wants, you want to go ahead and spend that percentage on your wants, but you also want to have a plan in doing that. So that's all I have for today on how to spend your money. Thanks for watching this video, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel.